Hey guys, so it's such an amazing journey because in life, things can change and your opinions can change. And I remember when I was very young, I used to not like books that much. I would read fiction books, don't get me wrong. I wasn't like someone who didn't read at all. But every time my mom would drop me off at the library, oftentimes, most of the time would be spent on the computers playing video games or online games like RuneScape. And I really didn't understand nonfiction. I believe at one point I thought to myself, why would anyone read nonfiction? It seems so boring, history books and stuff like that. And today I went and dropped off a stack of books to return to the library. And I actually checked out a few others. And if you look here, I got some good ones. Some are quick reads like this, 9 Things Successful People Do Differently. It's very thin. And then I got like a bunch of thick ones that I'll probably just skim through. I don't think I can read the whole thing. The Owner's Manual for the Brain. And then I got books that are quite popular, like Success Through Stillness, Love Your Job, and then this is an interesting one. This one was recently published, #Girl Boss. It sounds kind of lame, but she is the founder and CEO of a $1 million plus company. And so I think that's worth considering. And it's a life advice book. And then we got a billionaire book. Again, there will be this billionaire book club series that I'm doing on YouTube, where I'll be reading and reviewing books by billionaires. And this is one I've already read for the most part, but I decided to check out again and reread just to solidify some points. This one's by Ted Leonsis, The Business of Happiness. And I like it because it merges not just business, but happiness. And he has a great story about how he was really rich already, but was very unhappy. And it took a near-death experience for him to really figure that out. And so, you know, you can read these books and then just like forget a lot of the points, or they don't stick, or you just don't, you know, it doesn't solidify, or you don't take action or change your own life. And then there's this one. This is just for fun, and it's a little bit informative too. Fortune's Formula, the untold story of a scientific betting system that beat the casinos and Wall Streets. So anyhow, I just think that's so amazing because at one point, I really only read fiction books. And I read, you know, Harry Potter and the Merlin series and a series of unfortunate events. And they're still good and stuff, but I really didn't understand nonfiction. And it just goes to show you how sometimes it takes a certain type of introduction or way of showing you something for you to experience that. There may be hobbies that you really, really love, but life or your teachers haven't introduced it in a fun or interesting way. For me, you know, it was kind of quirky, and I don't know if I could bring this to you as well, but long story short, I stumbled across an audiobook on YouTube. I listened to that. I really got into audiobooks, and then I started really getting into like success books and just life advice and like money advice books from millionaires, and that slowly started progressing. And then I stumbled across people through YouTube channels and so forth who were really into reading and developing themselves and helping themselves. And then it just made such logical sense. Like these are people who have made it, and they're giving you very distinct, clear advice on the things you can start doing differently, from your habits to your behavior and your mindset and your psychology. So yeah, I have this huge stack here. There's even more back here. Let me just show you one more. And it just goes to show you, like, I remember I would spend most of my time at Barnes and Nobles and bookstores in the graphics novel section, just reading comic books, Star Wars books, and a lot of manga. And it's so eerie how things can change. So you never know, you know, if you're stuck in a place where you just don't think, you know, I'm not interested in anything that can bring me success. Well, you have to have some interest, and maybe they can bring you success. And you never know, your interest can change rapidly depending on how they're introduced. So rather than just sit there and wait for a introduction, start looking at people. Perhaps it's my videos, perhaps it's someone else who can just like give you new perspectives on things, and then through that perhaps you can find something you really love that at one point in the past you hated. So last book, Simply Rich, a memoir, life and lessons from the co-founder of Amway. This is another billionaire book for my Billionaires Book Club review series. It's a pretty thin one actually. And thanks for watching. As always, like and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.